Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys how to solve linear equations. When you solve linear equations, what you want in the end is to have your variable, whatever variable you're solving for. Like, for example, your instructions might say find x or solve for x. You want x by itself. You want x equals something, right? So So what I like to think of is I just want to move everything away from the x. I want just x by itself, okay, and then everything else on the other side, right? So here we have a positive 2. This is x plus 2 equals 37. And to make a 2 go away, I want to subtract a 2 because this is a positive 2, and 2 take away 2 is nothing. Okay, that's 0, right? So now there's nothing left on this side except for an x. But the catch is when you solve a linear equation, or solve any equation for that matter, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side, because think of it like a scale. You have to keep it balanced, right? To keep the meaning the same, we have to also subtract 2 on this side to keep it equal, hence the equal sign there. So if we got rid of this 2 here by subtracting 2, so now we just have x equals 37 minus 2 is 35. And if we plug that in, 35 plus 2 is 37. So that checks out. All right, we have another example, 4 plus x, and this is kind of similar, but it looks a little different because there's not the positive sign on this side. But here we have a positive 4 again. There's no negative sign, so we know that that's positive. And we have a positive x, right? So we want to move that 4 again. Just take it away to make it 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. So that's gone. But what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So we'll subtract 4 over here, and now we're left with x equals 12 minus 4 is 8. Okay? And plug it back in. 4 plus, we found our x equals 8. So 4 plus 8 equals 12. And so it checks out. Now example 3, it gets a little more complicated because I've added some multiplication here, right? So here's where I want to mention that when you're solving linear equations, okay, like you order of operations, essentially it works backwards. Okay, so usually it would be like you would do multiplication, you would work on that before you worked on this subtraction term. But in this case, this is how I like to think about it. You just move everything away from the x. So this 2 is attached to the x. Okay, it is multiplying with it. So I want to work on this first. Okay, move it away. So if it's a negative 5, we want to get rid of that, make it 0. So if I have a negative 5, I add a 5, right? And that's gone. And I do it to the other side as well. All right, so then we just bring this 2x term down, and 19 plus 5 is 24. All right, and so what we want to do here, okay, we've got multiplication. 2 times x equals 24. So the opposite of multiplication is division. Okay, if we take this 2x term and we put it over 2, all right, we've got 2x divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is just 1. So then we have 1 times x, right? So that makes it go away. It's gone. You always do the opposite of whatever's happening to your x, do the opposite of it. But again, you have to do it on the other side as well to keep it equal. Always have to make sure you do it on both sides. All right, and then so we have x equals 24 divided by 2 is 12. And plug it back in, and we'll see that 2 times 12 is 24, minus 5 is 19. So checks out. I'll always check your work, guys. It's like it helps so much. It really does. All right, let's see. Let's see. Example 4. Now we have both multiplication and division and addition here. So let's try it out. First thing I want to do is move this away. All right, get it going. So if it's a positive 4, we do the opposite. Take away 4, and that is gone. And do the same thing to the other side. So we bring this term down. Let's see, 2x over 3 equals 8 minus 4, which is 4. All right. And then I want to get rid of this division first. So if it's dividing by 3, we want to do the opposite. We want to multiply by 3. All right. And we know that if we have a 3 on top and a 3 on bottom, we can cancel them. Okay. Well, yeah, if they're multiplying, that is. So those are gone. But we have to do it to the other side as well. So that's gone. We've got 2x equals 4 times 3 is 12. Now we just have to, all we have is multiplication left. So we need to do the opposite of that, which is divide. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. So that's gone. Do it to the other side as well. Pretty straightforward here. And then we have x equals 6. And plug it back in. 2 times 6 is 12. And then we divide by 3, and that's 4. Plus 4 is 8. So it works out. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.